I wanted to show you how I make my previews for my TPT products. I know that everybody probably has their own way of doing it and you kind of stumble through it until you figure out what works for you. But this has been working for me and I'm pretty happy with the way that they turn out and kind of how simple it's become. When I first started, I was just using screen captures and then kind of putting my whole page into my preview and basically just putting it all out there for everybody to see. And then I was given the advice from somebody to make collage previews, and it took a little getting used to, but now that I figured it out, I really enjoy it. So here's how I make my previews. When I'm pretty close to being finished with my product in PowerPoint, what I'll do is I will go to File, Save as Pictures. And when I save it as pictures, I go back to the folder where I created the product originally. So this is my Dice Edition, which is under Counting. And there it is, Dice Edition. And I'll make a new folder and I'll call it Pictures. Create. And then I'll save it in here, but before I do, I want to check and make sure that it's going to save all of the pictures. So I click down here at Options, and then I decide, okay, save current slide only or save every slide. And I'm going to have it save every slide. I usually do save every slide. I will save current slide only if there's a change I made to a slide or if I updated the cover page or something like that, but usually I'll save every slide. I'll click OK and click Save and wait for it. So now all of these slides have been created as a picture. So I click OK. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my collage page into my product. And I'm going to add a new slide. I guess I want to do this above this one. So I'll move the slide. There we go. And I kind of have a background on here, so I'm going to change my background to the one I was using for the cover page. I try to keep all these things really organized so I know exactly where they are and can get to them easily. So this is the background I've been using already for this product. So I'm going to apply it. I'm going to delete these other text boxes. I usually like to start with a blank screen and just go from there. Next, I'm going to open up a Finder window and pull up my clip art, and I'm going to add in a frame. Let's see, I'm going to add this one in. I like to just drag them in, it's a whole lot easier. I'm going to rotate it so it's landscape. Like I said, I'm sure that everybody has their way that they have found to do this that works for them, but this is what works for me, and I thought that it might be helpful to others to be able to show them how I make mine. So now that I've got my frame in there, I'm going to align it center and then middle. I just like to double check that that's where it is. And now I'm going to go back to my Finder. I'm going to open it back to that folder I made. So Counting, Dice Edition, and Pictures. This is the folder that PowerPoint made and put all of my slides into. So now I'm going to open each of the slides that show my product. So I'm just going to drag them in, and for some reason my PowerPoint won't let me select multiple and drag them all in at the same time. If I do that, it'll only actually drop one image in, so I have to do them image by image, which is kind of a bummer, but that's okay. And that's where I'm going to stop for now. I'm going to come back to my product, and it actually has all of these slides layered on top of each other. So what I like to do is I like to select all of them by drawing a box around them. And I know that my frame is also included in there, so I'll click Shift and click on that box so that I don't end up resizing them. Now I'm going to right click, and I like to add a black line around my product pages. That way it just kind of pops out a little bit more. And I don't want a shadow and no fill, so we're good. And with them all still selected, I'm going to change the size. And when I do this, I like to push Shift and then grab the corner and drag. When you push Shift, it helps all of the proportions stay, rather than if you were to just grab the corner and just like fiddle with it. All of the proportions will stay when you click Shift. And I kind of want to go smaller, so again I'm going to drag a box around all of those images, click Shift, and drag until I think that they're a better size. So now that they're a better size, I'm going to move them around and reorder them, reposition them the way I want them to be. And this part actually is a part that I kind of fiddle around with a lot, trying to figure out what the best like order is and how I like them all to be in front of each other or not in front of each other, whatever it might be. So there I have an okay product view. I probably will switch these so that they're actually backwards rather than the top one being in front. I want the bottom one to be in front. All those like little personal preferences, I suppose, bring to front. All right, and now I have them situated better. So there they are, and now I'm gonna go back to my cover slide, and I liked the way I did the fonts here, so I'm gonna copy this here, and I'm gonna paste it over these products here just so that it kind of adds a little bit of a watermark. And I might gray it out a little bit so it's not as big and bold. I'll probably play with this a little bit more, but that's how I create the collage part of my preview, and it helps buyers see what the product is they're going to be getting. I'll do a few more videos in this series, so keep a look out for those, and I hope this was helpful to many of you, and stay tuned. Thanks. Bye.